Listen, man, if you can't go to the gym consistently, then don't even bother. You're not going to see results. And before you hit me up with some bullshit excuse about how you don't have the time, don't bother. You have the time, you just don't have your priorities straight. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. After all, you are here on YouTube trying to fix the problem. A lot of guys would just give up. So you have my respect. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix your mindset so that you stay consistent in the gym. Man, the first thing you need to do to fix your mindset around training is figure out why you want to train in the first place. The reason why I train is because I want to be the best version of myself out there. Like, I want to have the best girl, the most amount of money that I can make. I want to feel as well as possible, and I want the respect of others. It also helps to know what you don't want. Like, for me, I don't want to be on my deathbed one day and realizing that I could have been more. Life only gets better as you get better, and if you don't become the best version of yourself, you don't realize how good your life could have gotten. And you only live one life, so I don't really want to have that moment of regret one day. I also have been a very insecure kid in the past, and lifting has helped me get over that, and I don't want to go back there. So anytime that I miss, I get closer to that version of me that was insecure in the past, and I don't want that. People take advantage of you and bully you when you're not physically strong because they're not worried about the consequences of taking advantage of you or making fun of you. And I'm also in Latin America every winter, and some of the countries I go to are a little bit sketchy. So being fit makes me less of a target for people who might want to screw with tourists. I want you to think about your own and make sure that it's detailed. This will be your main source of motivation for those why nots that come up when you don't feel like going to the gym or feel like dieting. So you need to make sure it's detailed. I'm deep in a cut right now, and honestly, it's getting kind of brutal, and having a deep why has made it easy for me to resist the temptation of like eating a cookie or having a chocolate bar or cake or anything like that. There's literally been times where I'm walking to the cupboard to grab a unhealthy snack, and in the walk between me getting up and getting to the snack, I've made the conscious decision of, no, I'd rather a 6-pack than a cookie right now. So this is why I strongly recommend that you have a deep why to why you want to go to the gym. Now, another thing that will help with this is sharing it with other people so that they can remind you of this at a low moment. However, not everyone you know, and honestly, most of the people you know probably don't go to the gym. So if you're looking for a group of like-minded individuals who are looking to improve their fitness and hold each other accountable, then I definitely recommend checking out my fitness accountability group. The link for that will be down in the description of this video. It's completely free, just a space for you to connect with other guys and help each other stay accountable to hitting their fitness goals. Now, honestly, if you're always going to be relying on motivation, you're going to fail. Some days you're just not going to feel like working out. And that's why I highly recommend having a routine and sticking to it. Before I get into this, if you're a beginner and you're looking for a routine, then I definitely recommend checking out that video right there, as I actually just broke down the perfect training routine for beginners. But just saying that you work out 4 days per week or something like that isn't enough. You need to have the day and the time in your calendar, and preferably do it at the same time every week. Like for me, I know on Tuesdays I have a push day around noon. On Wednesdays I have a pull day around noon. On Thursdays I have a leg day. Friday I rest. Saturday I have a full body day around 10, 11 a.m. Sunday I rest, Monday I rest, and then repeat. Being vague is just going to make it easy to skip, as you never really committed to that workout in the first place. Like, say one person says, I might go to the gym tomorrow. That person's going to have a lot easier of a time skipping their workout than someone who says, hey, tomorrow at noon, I'm going to the gym. As the second person has more commitment to that workout. Now, typically I don't miss. I train on the days that I have in the calendar, but there's also some flexibility. For instance, today I have a coaching call at 1 p.m. so I need to go a little earlier. So I was planning to go at 11 a.m. It's now 11:10 and I'm still not at the gym. So I'm just going to have to speed up this workout. But the important thing is that I'm still going to get the entire workout in, but I also have other commitments that are just as important, such as making this video, and I'm working them all in together. If there's a day where I absolutely have to miss, like when I was coming home from Colombia, I had a flight and I couldn't obviously go to the gym if I was flying all day. So that I just pushed everything back a day and then went to the gym either on like a Friday or Monday night which was supposed to be my rest day, but I took a rest day on the Wednesday. So I just moved everything around so that I still hit the gym 4 days a week, but it wasn't necessarily on the same schedule. That said, 90% of the time I am set on the routine that I mentioned a few minutes ago. This also isn't a decision that I made in the moment. I made this decision a few days to a week ahead of time that I was going to have to do this with my workout in order to make it happen.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, we on your look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up.
Man, one thing you gotta realize when it comes to improving yourself is there's days where you're just not gonna feel like doing it. However, on these days, you can't listen to your feelings. You gotta just do it anyways. A good example of this is with my YouTube channel. I've been posting consistently for over a year now, and there are days where I just don't feel like doing it. There's been a lot of times where I haven't felt like shooting a certain segment of a video or haven't felt like editing the video, but I have it on the calendar to post it, whether it's that night or a following day. Again, this is a good reason to have a calendar and put your gym sessions on it. But back to my point, I don't let this feeling override what I'm supposed to do. I say screw it to my feelings and do it anyways. This not only is needed to make you consistent at going to the gym, or in my case, posting YouTube videos, but it also gains you a lot of self-respect. I know that even when I don't want to do things, I still show up. And it also gets you results, especially when it comes to fitness. If you're spotty with your gym routine and not going every time you're supposed to go, then you're not going to see results to the extent of what you would if you went all the times that you are supposed to go. If you only go to the gym when you feel like it, you're not going to be consistent, because let's be real, no one ever really feels like they want to go to the gym. It's work, and the majority of people don't ever feel like doing work. However, once you get there, do a run on the treadmill or warm up, and then start hitting the weights, you do get motivated. But if you let your feelings talk you out of going to the gym before you even show up, you will never show up. You'll always have an excuse as to why you can't go. And honestly, it will sound legitimate to you, but it will prevent you from hitting your goals. There's always an internal negotiation going on. And when you listen to your feelings, you're going to go with the side of the negotiation that feels most comfortable. For example, my gym has good hours on Saturday, but on Sundays, it's only open from like 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Sometimes I can't make it on a Saturday, whether it's work or an event going on where I just can't go. I always decide ahead of time to go to the gym on the Sunday morning. But once my alarm goes off and I'm laying there in bed tired on the Sunday morning, it's very easy for me not to go to the gym. My brain will start negotiating on ways I can go to the gym, or how it's not that bad if I just miss one workout. But if I listen to this voice, it'll become a habit, and then I won't go consistently. You always want to make a decision when you're feeling good and wanting to achieve that goal. When you're not in a good mood and feeling down or not wanting to do something is never the time to make a decision whether to skip the gym or not do something that you know you should be doing. It may feel good in the moment, but you're always going to end up regretting it in the long run. Now, some may value it more than others, but I can guarantee you everyone you talk to, if they're being honest with themselves, wants to be more fit and healthier. The reason a lot of people aren't, though, is because results take time. If you go do one workout, you're not going to see anything. If you go work out for a week, you're not going to see anything. But after a month, 6 months, years, you'll start to see results. Progress is always happening with fitness, but it's very hard to see on the day-to-day. This can definitely be demotivating. However, there is an easy solution to this, and that is to track your progress. Track your weights, your reps, your sets in the gym. Not only is this going to make it possible to hit progressive overload consistently, but it's also going to be motivating seeing the reps go up or the weight go up. And if months go by and it isn't going up, then you know you're doing something wrong and you can make adjustments to fix that. Track your weight. When you see it go up or down, depending on your goal, that's going to be motivating as hell. One caveat to this is weight does fluctuate. So rather than taking your weight once a week, I recommend taking it every morning
before you eat anything, after you go to the bathroom, and then take your average for the week. If you go off of one measurement for the week and say you're trying to lose weight, there's a lot of variables that can make your weight go up or down. And if you're relying on one number, it doesn't show the entire picture. You may look like you gain weight that week, but you actually lost weight. So that's why I recommend taking your weight every day and then averaging it out and getting the weekly average. Another thing to keep in mind is that the scale doesn't tell the whole story, and you should be taking progress photos every month to every few months. Two people can weigh the exact same amount and look totally different depending on their body fat percentage. So if you're lifting weights, you may be putting on weight and you may be losing fat at the same time, and the scale won't show that it's moving at all, but you are still making progress. You'll also want these to look back on. Like, it's motivating to see how far you've come. I look back on my photos from when I started a few years ago. Even my cut last year to my cut this year, I can see myself at the same weight because I took regular progress photos, and I can see how much muscle mass I've really put on this year. Even though on the day-to-day, it hasn't really felt to me like I've been making any progress. I feel like I've just been looking the same. But after reviewing the progress photos, it's like, holy crap, I've made a ton of progress this year. One of the best things that you can do to be consistent at the gym is to make a commitment to it. A lot of people treat the gym as something optional. I don't. I consider myself a bodybuilder, not some big guy who's juicing up on steroids, but someone who's mindful about their physique and wanting to look as aesthetic as possible. And because of that, and because I've decided that's who I want to be, that's why I'm so consistent in the gym. I've committed to this journey of getting to that angle of becoming as aesthetic as possible. And honestly, if you're having a hard time staying consistent, this is probably why. I'm committed to this and you still are not sure about it. So what you need to do is make a commitment to yourself. Commit to yourself that you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week for the next 6 months, for the next year, however long you want to make that commitment for. This is going to create an identity for yourself that you are someone who goes to the gym. And then when you back it up with action, that's going to make you believe in that identity and actually take yourself seriously as someone who goes to the gym. This becomes a loop, and as you commit to it more and more and do it more and more, that's going to make it easier and easier to go to the gym. Now, I don't even question myself if I'm going to the gym or not. I'm someone who goes to the gym, and when it's the time I go to the gym, that's means I'm going to the gym. It's not a, oh, do I want to go today? Do I not want to go today? No. It's a day that I go to the gym. I'm fucking going to the gym. And that's that. There's no excuses. If you skip the gym though, this also reinforces the identity of someone who skips the gym all the time, because you lose faith in yourself as someone who can consistently go to the gym. So every time you skip the gym, you identify as someone who just can't stay consistent as going to the gym. And that is also a loop that just keeps feeding itself. You get to choose which loop you got to follow. So after watching this video, don't just let the momentum die and not do anything about it. Put these things that I've talked about into action and then actually start going to the gym consistently. That will reinforce the identity that you're someone who goes to the gym consistently. Don't just go tell everyone, hey, I'm going to the gym, although that is something that can keep you accountable, but actually be the person who goes to the gym, shows up. Don't even fucking post on Instagram. And there's an unreal amount of people that will go to the gym, take a bunch of photos, do 5-6 exercises for like 15 minutes and then go home. And then for the next month, I follow some of these people on Instagram. They will be posting photos from the exact same day in the gym as if they go. Meanwhile, I'm at the gym when they post these photos and they're not in the fucking gym. So don't be one of those people. Go to the gym, do the work, don't show anyone, and then eventually come back and you'll be so much more fit than what you were before. And it'll be like, holy shit, how do you do that? Then you'll be the one on camera telling people what you need to do in order to stay consistent at the gym because you actually did it. If you want a group of people to hold you accountable, I talked about this before, I'll say it again, join my free fitness accountability group. I'll drop the link for that down in the description of this video. This video is actually a part of a fitness fundamentals series, so if you're a beginner to the gym, then make sure to click on this playlist right here. It's going to talk about everything you need to know and ignore all the BS that you honestly just don't need to know. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to click subscribe.